Malavale maobane rona rifitile rona. Rifitile mona rele mukoka rele mona metseke. Malavale maobane rona rifitile rona. Rifitile mona rele mukoka rele mona metseke.
Kenya is a picturesque and enchanting country. It has clear blue waters and pristine beaches on the Indian Ocean. Lush highlands in the north and west that include Lake Victoria, and rolling grassy plains or savannas in the south. Some of the most colorful and diverse wildlife on the African continent can be found here. These grassy plains are also home of the Maasai, a pastoral tribe known for their distinctive garb and once warlike demeanor. Although they live in permanent huts in small villages, they need to continually seek pasture and water for their herds of cattle, sheep, and goats. This means long treks and frequent relocation. It was to the Masai Mara Reserve in southeast Kenya that we traveled with the annual volunteer trip of the Maywood, New Jersey Rotary Club in mid-July 2008. Maywood has been supporting the Epapangi Primary School there for the past 5 years. Our purpose was to assist and observe how Maywood has affected the educational experiences of the 300 pupils at the school. We also aim to develop a relationship with another Maasai Learning Center, Kishimora Primary School, or K-School as we nicknamed it. It was evident that great strides in modernizing the facilities and providing a safe, healthy environment had been made over the last few years. A reliable supply of clean water was established, facilitating good hygiene and allowing a school garden to flourish. A library and faculty room were created along with several classrooms to permit each grade a room of its own. More recently, girls' and boys' dormitories were constructed. This allowed students who traveled 4 or 5 miles a day to school to remain as residents during the week. We found much to emulate at the Maywood School. The children seemed properly fed, happy and outgoing, and the faculty engaged and dedicated. We also saw the nearly completed Rotary House, a residence and office for Mercy Purity, the local woman who was the Kenyan anchor for the Maywood Rotaries program. Until recently, Mercy was the manager of the Siana Springs Tent Camp. This is a luxury safari camp a mile away from the Epapangi School where the volunteers were based. For the past 4 years, Mercy was the on-site presence of the Maywood Club. Now, she is a full-time employee. We dove into the routine at the Maywood School with gusto, but it was humbling at the same time. It is impossible not to be moved by the sincerity and simplicity of the little children and the older ones too. This made us all eager to visit our school, K-School, to see whether a partnership was possible. Ridgewood Rotary has been providing hot lunches for 300 students for the past school year. We drove the 11 miles to K-School with our armed escort, Matao, who was there to scare off any curious elephants or big cats. We then met head teacher, aka Principal John. We were also met by 2 members of the Parents' Council outside the principal's office. The contrast between the 2 schools was stark and startling. We had a long discussion explaining the objects of Rotary and offered a partnership with the school. We found the facility sadly in need of renovation, and upon closer inspection, discovered that there were 2 unfinished classrooms. Not one of the present faculty of 8 teachers could remember when the classrooms were originally built, but lack of funds brought construction to a standstill. Like the principal's office, most classrooms were primitive and poorly outfitted. The corrugated tin walls and roof of the 2nd grade classroom made it hot in the summer and cold and damp in the rainy season. It has a hole where a window should be, dirt floors, and insufficient amount of desks for each eager pupil. In the more crowded middle grades, there were not enough desks to go around, and some students sat on the dirt floor or on makeshift wooden benches. In one classroom, the sacks of corn and rice were piled in the rear for lack of proper storage in the kitchen area. Unlike the Maywood School with unlimited fresh water, K School depends on the runoff from the school roof, collected in large cisterns for its unreliable water supply. But all was not doom and gloom at K School. In spite of the deplorable physical conditions, we were told that the school ranked #1 in academic achievement among all primary schools in the Masai Mara Reserve. Then, to our surprise and pleasure, we learned that in the 8th grade class of 16 students, 6 were girls. This was almost unheard of in the Maasai, where girls 13 to 14 are of marriageable age and are often taken out of school to be given in wedlock. We left K School with renewed dedication to the partnership discussed with John and the faculty. It's April, and K School is now in a 1-month recess. Only the 8th graders are here, preparing for the high school qualifying exams. There is plenty of activity around 4 classrooms, however. The first major project of the partnership between K School and Ridgewood Rotary is in full swing. Those 2 long, vacant, unfinished rooms are being completed. And 2 adjoining classrooms are receiving a floor-to-ceiling rehab. A fresh coat of paint on the newly plastered walls and corrugated tin roofs complete the project. This was all made possible by the generosity of 78 donors who responded to the Rotary's invitation to make a difference. To fulfill their role as partners, the Parents' Council provided all of the precious water needed for the masonry work, a donation that saved more than $1,500 for the project. With fresh, bright classrooms now functioning, Ridgewood Rotary has turned to the unfinished deep water well a quarter-mile from the school compound. The well, dug by the Canadian charity Operation Eyesight Universal, will provide clean water for more than 1,000 villagers. Ridgewood Rotary has provided the financing needed to build a generator pump house. This project will bring water to the school and village, improving personal hygiene while helping fight trachoma. This eye disease is brought about by poor sanitation. Hopefully the well project will come online in the next 3 or 4 months. It's now July 10th, and there is a festive air surrounding K School. The school lunch program is well into its 3rd year, providing midday meals for the 300 pupils at the school. The annual visit of Jerry and Lorraine Kallman have put the school on high celebration mode as preparations are made to formally dedicate the 4 new classrooms. The local community and officials are gathered to celebrate the occasion. The Ridgefield Park Pagoda Rotary Club is recognized for its generosity as the county chairman officiates. Friends in England remember a colleague by dedicating another classroom to his memory. Jerry and the county chairman plant trees as a living reminder of the events of the day. More than 200 villagers, local authorities, and neighbors, including a delegation from the Nalrock Rotary Club, are in hand for the celebration. In a short but solemn ceremony, Jerry and Lorraine are welcomed into the Maasai tribe. He was given the name Olasholrua, meaning he who provides. Lorraine received the name Nalamat, or she who helps or assists. Each of the upper grades performs for the guests and audience with typical Maasai songs, dances, and skits. This serious young man recited a Maasai poem accompanied by a strenuous dance routine, much appreciated by the local onlookers. Jerry dedicates the well facility to the memory of Ridgewood Rotarian Carl Fickey, who generously made the well project a reality. An elderly Maasai happening to pass by the pump house explodes with joy when he learns that his village will soon have a reliable supply of clean water. The generator and pump are now installed under the supervision of the new water management chairman. Ladies of the village, relieved of their daily 3 or 4 mile walk to fetch muddy river water, wonder at the shiny new diesel generator and pump. On August 26, Mercy joins some young friends to catch the very first gush of water from the now functioning well. Soon a pipeline extension will bring water right to the school compound a quarter-mile away, terminating in a washing station where the students can wash their hands and faces. Kudos and thanks to the creative team at TKL Marketing, who converted a series of photographs taken by Lorraine Kallman and several video clips into this inspired message of hope and accomplishment.